Okay, welcome everybody. Today is our fourth SOS with Sharon, Save Our Sleep. Okay, I am Sharon and welcome, good evening. We are waiting for more to come in. Okay, so let's start. We don't have to hold on because of them. Yeah, still have a bit. Okay, still have a little bit. Yeah, okay. So our topic for today is actually about pacifier and also about why postnatal new mothers must keep warm. All right, then in such case, can we switch on the aircon, the fan, and can the new mother actually wash the hair or bathe? Okay, this is the very common question. Okay, before we go into that, I would like to share, I would like to introduce myself, what I do, and a little bit about me. Okay, so when you come in, please mute yourself and also get ready your handphone to scan the QR code later for the flash sales because I am promoting 17 September, which is a Saturday, the advanced course. Okay, so I am promoting the 3-day, including the advanced course. 2-day plus the advanced course is 3-day course. Zoom, and it is really a very big cut. All right. So pay attention during the 90-minute session. If you have any question, put in the chat box or at times when I ask, is there any question, you can always unmute yourself and ask your question. If not, try to stay true and you will learn a lot of things because when it comes to babies and postnatal care, right, a lot of things to share. I have a lot of things to share. So who is this webinar for? Are you a new parent with a newborn less than 4 months old? Why less than 4 months old? Let me explain what I'm doing. Because less than 4 months old, we cannot sleep train our baby. In order for the baby to sleep well and for the whole family to sleep well, we use a different skill set. Okay, so that's what I specialize in for newborns less than 4 months old. 5 months to 6 months still can, but by the time parents are too exhausted to how to say, when I do consultation, sleep well consultation, right, new parents are so exhausted that it is so hard for me to coach them. Yeah, so hard for me because what they need is actually someone else taking care of the baby and then they get them to sleep, the new parents sleep. They are too exhausted, so it's very hard for me by then to coach them. Yeah, so I specialize in less than 4 months old. And are you a new parent, parent to be, as in, are you currently pregnant now? Let me know. Let me know who you are, Joyce, Timothy. Let me know who you are. Are you currently pregnant? Expecting parents? When is your EDD? And also, if you are new parent, how old is your baby? Because when we look at the solution for how to settle baby, it is depending very much on their age. It is depending very much on their age. So whatever question that comes in or whatever video that comes to the private, wow, it will be Christmas. I wish you all the best. Do you wish that your baby will be born on 25th of December, that day itself? Do you wish December this year? Do you wish?
I think I'll just leave it to it. Like if it really happens, then I'll know what to name the baby.
What name have you in mind to name your baby if your baby comes exactly on the 25th?
Yeah, so it's a boy. We did make a joke that it'll be either Jesus or Noel. Yeah.
No, well, Jesus cannot lah.
Yeah lah.
Cannot, right? Cannot, right?
Obviously not.
Yeah,
So it's just a
obviously not,
joke. But yeah, we'll think about it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, anything like Son of God would be good. Something along that line would be good.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm so excited. December. Yeah, wow, 25th. Okay, I wish whatever, first is mother and baby safe delivery, of course. I mean, safe birth. And I hope whatever comes out is for the good of mother and baby and is God's will. There are certain part of it that we never know. Yeah. So all the best, all the best. I'm excited. So interesting. And are you a new parent? This webinar is also for new parents who want to find better sleep. And if anybody has a crying baby, okay, who needs to find more sleep for the parents and also to settle your baby, then this is also the webinar for you. And also, anyone who is interested in baby or taking care of baby can always join in. Yeah, it takes a village to raise a child. You know, knowledge is very important. Many years back, I didn't know that I need to take a baby course to learn how to take care of baby. I just based on like parenting style and I just do my best, try to exclusively breastfeed and all that. I ended up with depression and anxiety. It didn't turn out to be like what I expected at all. It was totally way off. And because of my difficult postnatal recovery, I actually took many courses and I eventually discovered the WORDS techniques that will help uh, first time parents to quickly settle the baby and then to actually get more sleep for everyone in the family. So this is really, really very important. I am an international certified baby listener. Okay, baby listener as in I listen to the baby. So when parents ask question, given the description and all that, I have to think hard. Okay, what is this new parent trying to ask? I got to like read behind lines, and I'm just sometimes imagining like what is the answer they are looking for actually. Sometimes it's hard to express. So yeah, I'm a baby listener. So when you give me video and all that, right, it's easier for me to answer a question. Because what you think may not be what the baby needs. Yeah. It really requires a lot of knowledge when it comes to baby and when it comes to postnatal recovery, the mother. Yeah, a lot, a lot. So what do I do? Sleep well consultation, like I mentioned, specializing in babies less than 4 months old. Again, why 4 months? Because we cannot sleep train them. So the things to avoid is thinking about sleep training. Ideally, less than 6 months, we don't sleep train them. The basic thing is, the basic fact about newborn baby is that if okay, do I need to train you to sleep when you are tired? Obviously, I don't have to train you to sleep. So baby also don't need to be trained. Yeah, that's exactly why we cannot sleep train them. And I also conduct Sleep Well Newborn Preparation classes. This webinar is not a substitute or replacement for the actual carefully crafted newborn preparation class. And it is not a substitute for Sleep Well consultation. Okay, here is more of a sharing where I collectively answer. Okay, I don't pay particular attention to one baby, not like in private sleep well consultation. It's done differently. So if I get a lot of videos at once in the future, right, then what I would do is I would uh, review all the questions and all the videos at 7:30 on Thursday before the 8 p.m. webinar. And I collectively answer I don't pay attention to one particular baby. Okay, so that is and I also have one sharing, like weekly sharing topic. Okay, and because of my difficult postnatal recovery, I actually also did various therapies, and I also specialize in like moxibustion warm therapy and the vaginal steaming for postnatal recovery. So having said that, I always want to remind new mothers, you are new going to be mother in December 25th. So remember, don't use the cold pads in the hospital for natural birth, after natural birth, because it helps to reduce soreness, but anything warm is going to help with the healing process. Anything cold is going to slow down. So it is not ideal. So we are going to into it more so that you can understand when I explain. Okay. Why am I doing this webinar? I feel that when I was taking care, when I took care of my baby boy like 13 years ago, right? I wanted to like talk to people. Like I cannot be facing my boy and my whole day at home just taking care of my boy. I need to talk to adults, you know. So I wanted to do this webinar for a long time. Just that I didn't have the business mind to know like how to do it and what should I do. So after much consideration and thought, that's why I came up with this Save Our Sleep with Sharon. Yeah. This is a circle of support. I hope during pregnancy, like you now, okay, you can come join every week, every Thursday, and until your baby is like a few months old, at least the first 3-4 months. Okay, you can join and leave anytime, and also the private Telegram group. Are you on my private Telegram group? Are you, Joyce? Yeah. Are you on my private Telegram group? Let me put the, let me see. Let me put the link to the private Telegram group. Private Telegram group. Let me see. Q&A. Where is okay? WhatsApp. Never mind. I will find. Where is it later. So in the private Telegram group is where you post your questions and the videos. Baby making noises video. Always remember, after baby is born, when baby is already crying, screaming, shouting, please don't record. Always calm your baby down first. Okay, don't record the screaming, shouting, because to the baby is a big thing. So we want baby to be comfortable. We don't want the crying. Okay. And during the webinar, I will always give some special discount for Zoom class and also share some other promotion. Okay, that's what I will do in this webinar. Okay, and this is my podcast where I make a big mess out of like how I handle a toddler and a newborn after my daughter is born. Wow, big mess. And my son actually ended up in the police station. Yeah, ayo, big mess. Okay, so topic for, let me see, hold on. So that is also what I'm doing. Let's go to the WORDS techniques. The W, okay, there are first 5 words that babies say to tell parents exactly what they need, so that when we use certain techniques to settle them, everyone can get more sleep. Okay, so the W is what or why, and then O stands for observe, and then R is ready to respond. And D, don't jump into decoding what is the needs, because most of the first-time parents, what happen is that when you decode the needs wrongly, your settling techniques will be wrong, right? So if you think that baby is tummy ache, your settling techniques will be tummy massage. But instead, if the true need is actually a comfort latch, then you are doing the wrong thing to settle the baby, and you will not be able to settle the baby. So I always tell my students, don't rush into decoding. Okay, because like for me, it's very straightforward. It's very obvious, because I had years of experience working with first-time parents and babies. But for first-time new parents, don't jump into decoding, because it will end up all colic cry. I can promise you, when I teach in class, when you're in my class, it is not about colic. It is not about colic. Yeah. Okay. So when you can decode what is the need accurately, okay, you use settling techniques to settle the cry. Hungry means feed. Need to burp means to burp. Speed is important. I see many first-time parents, one of the common mistakes they made is their action is too slow. Too slow. Okay? So you must be ready to decode. Once you decode it accurately, your action must be fast. Okay? The words panic is what I use to help to answer baby cries, and also telling parents what baby need before they can settle to sleep. Okay? Okay. So, yeah, where is the what? Huh? Who else is here? Let me see. Joyce. Oh, SH. Okay, SH, you are here. Welcome. Yeah. This is your first. Wait a minute. Okay, she's not here yet. So this is your question, SH. So is it true that latching would lead to baby to eat as and when they feel hungry, especially when parents respond on demand and not a full feed by itself? There are a lot of doubts and questions I need to ask. Yeah, hello, SH. So your baby, I understand, is about 2 months plus. 2 months plus. Your baby is of a good size, because you brought your baby to my shop for baby hair shaving. I know it's of good size. Okay. Hungry. Okay, I need to, you see, okay, the thing is, maybe I always overthink when I read question. They feel hungry, and then you feed, you respond on demand. Okay, it doesn't sound quite right when baby is hungry and then feed as and when, and not a full feed. When you are hungry, right, when you are really hungry, do you have that capacity to eat a full meal? Of course you want a full meal, if not overeating. You understand? When you're hungry, especially when we are over hungry, right, we tend to overeat. Even if you're hungry, you go grocery, the supermarket, you tend to overbuy. Okay? And it is not possible that when baby is hungry, parents feed as and when based on the demand, and then it is not a full feed. It doesn't make make sense to me. Okay, the question is, not all suckling reflex means hungry. You understand? So my question to you is, SH, how do you know your baby is hungry? And what's the reason that your baby doesn't want a full feed, but wants to eat as and when? He looks hungry. he will root and suck on his own mitten. If I offer, okay, I'm reading from the chat box. Okay, if I'm reading from the chat box, I will give you some how to say, some signal, so you know I'm reading from the chat box. You know what signal I'm going to give? Okay, if you see this parrot, okay, then I'm reading from the chat box. Okay, so he looks hungry. He will root and suckle his own mitten. If I offer, he might not want to feed, and even if he latch on, he tends to vomit out. That's not hungry, right? Looks hungry, it's not hungry. Okay, what do I? You okay? Instead, right? Instead, looks hungry. Unless you give me video lah. If not, I cannot tell you whether it's really hungry or not. So, want to feed. You are doing direct latch, right? Are you doing breastfeeding, direct latch? Yes, direct latch. Okay. He tends to vomit out. Okay, can you do burping instead? It doesn't looks like hungry. Do burping instead. Okay, do burping. And you need to do tummy massage. Do tummy massage. Do more burping. Okay. Because the suckling, not all suckling reflex means hungry. Yeah. So I suspect something else. So you do tummy massage for your baby, and then you do more burping. All right. Babies, they do have certain time in their growth and development stage where they need to feed more regularly. Yeah. So it is also within a certain time frame, the feeding can be as and when. Okay, baby will know exactly how much the body will need and when the baby wants to eat. Yeah, so there will be a period of time which the baby uh, will behave like that, as and when. It is very tiring for the new parents. Okay, but most likely it will not be forever like that. It's for a certain period of time only. Okay, and that is really hunger. That's really hunger. But for your case, I don't think it is hungry, unless I can only be 100% sure if I look at the video. If not, I'm just trying to answer your question to the best I can answer. Okay, you get it? You get it? And after I burp him, it is not within 3 hours before I offer. If I manage to capture, I will send over. Okay. Okay, recently I tried to burp him. If it is not within 3 hours before I offer. Wait. Recently I tried to burp him. If it is not within 3 hours. Okay, you can capture anytime. You can capture anytime. So your burping, yeah, your burping, don't increase the, don't increase. Your baby is feeding enough, okay? Is feeding enough. Now 2 months plus. Yeah, yeah. So should be quite exactly how old? Exactly how old is your baby? Exactly how old is your baby? Dying. 2 months 1 week. 2 months 1 week. Okay, probably another 3 weeks or so, you will then expect more regular feeding. You will expect more regular feeding. another 3 weeks or so. So by 3.5 weeks, by 3.5 weeks to 4 weeks time, you don't offer your breast for comfort latch anymore. You get what I mean? Don't offer your breast for comfort latch anymore, because their growth and development at that stage, right, they should be able to sleep longer at night. Okay, they should be able to sleep longer at night. And if you alwaast offer your breast for comfort latch, especially middle of the night when they wake up, then you offer comfort latch or breastfeeding then to get them to sleep, it becomes a habit. Every night you got to wake up when they wake up, when your baby wakes up. Okay, so it is still normal to wake up about 3-4 hours now, right? Yes, yeah. Yeah, that was what happened to my number one. 3-4 hours. It's still normal to wake up 3-4 hours. You mean for your baby, right? 2 months, 1 week old baby, right? Yeah. Still all right. Remember, no babies or no human beings will actually sleep through the night without arousal. We will still wake up, but just like adults, we can fall back to sleep on our own. But baby, right, when they are less than 3.5 months, they are feeding because they are growing slowly so much. So their feeding will be a kind of sometimes there will be time when baby needs to drink more. Okay, it is normal, but it should not be always like that. It's for a short period of time, like 2-3 days, very intensive of feeding when they suddenly want to grow a lot. Okay, after 3-4 months, they are of a very good size already. Their stomach, their size all bigger. They will be able to drink enough during the awakening daytime, and then at night they will be able to sleep longer, like 5 hours. Okay, so you think about alternatively, if you don't offer the breast, can your baby like you harm or sing to your baby or make some noise to your baby, so the baby hear your voice will be able to fall back to sleep. Then you don't need to get up. Don't introduce pacifier if you don't want to. Okay, if not the pacifier fall out, then you have to put it back. It's a big thing. It's a big thing. Okay, so I will go to another. Okay, let me, because the other lady, she also, her baby born already. I will come back to her later. Is there any other questions you want to ask? I'm currently rocking back to sleep for naps, backache. The best thing you can do is, if you have a rocking chair, I recommend my student, actually, if ever you want to buy something, invest in something, buy a rocking chair so that the mother can rock, the baby can rock together, or the father can rock together. If not, when you are holding and rocking, it's very tiring. Yeah, and baby is putting on weight. Yeah, that's why it's very tiring. Okay. So I want to share the, what you call this. Okay, let me pin. Okay, I want to share about why postnatal woman. Okay, pacifier wise, right? For pacifier, the concern is whether we should give pacifier to our baby. Less than 2 months old baby, please don't give pacifier. Please don't give pacifier. Pacifier works well when baby need a comfort latch, and for digestion and for to help with the birth. It has its benefits. But when we introduce pacifier like less than 2 months old baby, right? The thing is, we are trying to understand how they express their needs, and they grow so much in the first few weeks. We want to be able to tune in, not using pacifier, then baby still suckling, you will not know whether baby is hungry or not, or really need milk or not. So that is the time when we establish our milk supply. We don't want the baby to suck on, like using the energy and then suck on nothing. You get what I mean? Yeah. That's why we don't give pacifier to baby less than 2 months old. It's a time when we understand how they express the hunger, how they express their needs. So it is important for us to tune in. Instead of using pacifier, then, baby will still suck. Even though baby is hungry, baby will still suck on the pacifier. But then it defeats the purpose of the first 2 months when we want to establish our milk supply and we want to understand our baby, how they express the needs. Okay, so it's very important that we don't give pacifier less than 2 months. Another thing about pacifier is when baby suck, okay, it helps the air bubbles to move out. And when baby use the tongue to push it out, that's the time when we help baby to burp. And when they suck, they swallow the saliva. Saliva carries the enzyme which helps with digestion. Okay, so be careful with pacifier. You should get something like the pacifier, something like the below part is flat one, so it will not change the way baby suck on the pacifier, and then can't suck do direct latch on the breast. So still need to be careful with pacifier. And at night when we use pacifier as a comfort suck for them to fall asleep, the thing is when the pacifier drop out, don't put it back. Try not to put it back. Just get baby to use other method to get baby to sleep, like holding on something or your voice, hear your voice, and feel safe, someone is there, then they can fall back to sleep. Then it is very good that way. Yeah, better. Yeah, so I am reading the chat box. I'm currently working, okay, but what if already introduced, he doesn't really like it? Don't introduce. The way you introduce the pacifier is where you tap on the lower chin, and then when the baby mouth open, right, you put the tip towards the soft palate, towards the throat. That is, you use your tongue, right, okay, it's hard, and then you go further back, it is soft, right? Okay, so whether it's milk bottle tips or the pacifier tip, go all the way to the soft palate. So when the tongue drop, the baby can suck, have a good suck. And also after like a few seconds, try to like pretend you are going to pull it off, so baby will suck it back up. That's how you introduce the pacifier. Okay, now his routine, okay, I'm reading the chat box now. Now his routine is, if he finish his milk and burp, if he fall asleep and wake up after a while, we'll give pacifier to certain. I need to know what the needs is. I'm a baby listener. I can't answer. I can't get a full picture of what's going on by parent describing what's going on. Yeah, not accurate. Same like latching method, right? Latching method, yes. Same like latching method. So giving pacifier like latching method. Remember when it fall, you want the suckling to, okay, you don't give pacifier, you give your finger also can. Yeah, give your finger also can. And okay, if you did not, do you hold your baby besides breastfeeding? Do you hold your baby? To you? Okay. Parents who, you still need to hold your baby because baby will say, will wants to have comfort latch, especially close to the mother, not because they are hungry, but because of the lack of the time on the mother's chest. Okay, so even if after like, even for those who never breastfeed, right, you still need to hold your baby on your chest. Yeah. If not, baby tends to wake up more at night also. Will they get used to it? Okay, in terms of health, right, it is not only about physical, like we take care of them physically, make sure they get enough milk, change diaper, change dirty diaper, bathe them, burp them. It's not only physical, there's also emotional needs. And young babies, we will never, how to say, not at this age, not at this age, especially the first 4 months, because 3-4 months, okay, the first 3 months is the fourth trimester. So they are very womb-like behavior. Their, how we take care of them is based on the reflexes and the stage of development. So we will not make baby used to it or spoil them, not at that age. After 3.5 months, then be careful. We don't want to always offer the breast when the baby is when baby wakes up, because by then baby should be able to sleep longer. So if you feed enough during the day, keep the environment very consistent. When you feed enough during the day, then you will be able to get your baby to sleep longer. And then when they wake up, because every human beings will wake up, it's just that we know how to fall back into sleep. So don't always offer your breast when there's no need to. Then it becomes a habit for them to need to latch on the breast, and then, oh, okay, I can fall asleep then. Then you will be very tired. Often get scolded by elders for introducing bad habit. How to say, there are less than the fourth trimester. Fourth trimester, you will not spoil or create bad habits. Yeah. Okay. Understand? Because elderlies, the knowledge for baby care may not be a lot. There are always new things to learn about babies. Always a better method, always new discovery. Okay? So, yeah, we need to base on the new method, not the old, old one. Okay? Hello, somebody join, right? Yeah.
Hi, yeah.
Oh, Diana. Okay. So we talk about pacifier. Okay, now I can go back to the question. So SH, okay, I answer your question. Let me, hold on. Okay, let me also, okay, this one. What does flexible mean? How old is your baby now?
2 months.
2 months. Wow, same as the other one. You hold on. Okay, 2 months. Okay, almost same as SH. So if baby I bathe at 10, 2 months, 2 months. Okay, you need to know the, how to say, the time from when your baby wakes up and the time when your baby feels tired. So if you can't manage the bathing, right, you can do it alternate day. In between, you do the wiping. Use warm water to wipe. Okay? And when you bathe your baby, right, your baby should not be crying. 2 months old baby is a kind of like quite alright, right? Is it more predictable now, as in the feeding time?
Yeah, it's
More
just
predictable.
yeah. It's just he recently went through a different milestone, so it changed a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep everything quite consistent. Keep everything quite consistent and continue to burp a lot. Continue to burp a lot.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Do like 30 times, 40 times of burping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a
Can.
lot. Before feeding also. After feeding,
Before.
before feeding also.
Oh,
Remember
okay.
the baby routine? You
Yeah,
took
yeah.
my class, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember the baby routine, huh? Okay.
Mm.
So then it can be as long as it is in the morning sun and then not too early like 7 a.m. So it's as long as in the morning sun and then before like 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. That would be ideal. So once the sun sets, right, it's chill already, it's cold already, the environment. So for a newborn, when they can't regulate their body temperature, it can be a bit cold and it's easy for them to ingest wind also.
Oh,
And
okay.
also,
Can.
yeah, so keep the, you should not spend like 20 minutes bathing. From the time you remove the clothes until you wear the clothes for the baby, it should not be more than 20 minutes is already quite long. Okay.
Okay.
So the
Can.
awaking time before the baby is tired, your action must be fast because when you apply the WORDS techniques, right, it's the speed got to be fast. Okay, so baby should not be crying when baby is bathing, when you're bathing baby.
Mm.
Okay, so that
Yeah.
one is important. And when you adjust a little bit, it is okay, it is okay. Yeah,
Okay.
it is still okay.
Okay. Can. Thank
Just
you.
make sure they are what. So another thing that I want to share is why postnatal woman's body is in a cold state that we must keep warm. Okay, during pregnancy and birth, right, it can be seen as a hot state. Before pregnancy, we may have cold hands and feet. Our body may not be so strong, so warm, right? But during pregnancy, because there's a 50% more blood volume on average, and approximately like 20 times the level of progesterone. This all these, right, will cause the mother's body temperature to rise typically to 37 degree. From 37 degree to about 37.5 to between 37.5 to 39 degrees Celsius. So it feels like feverish, very, very hot. Okay. Only the body, the head looks okay, feels okay, but the body, whatever is going on, the hormones, the blood volume that is circulating, is very, very hot. Yeah. And when baby is during birth, right, the ring of fire is actually this part. When baby during birth, right, this part, the sharpest point, this part. Okay, it is like the hottest of the hottest. We feel the hottest of the hottest. Like throughout our pregnancy is hot, right? But during birth itself, when baby is crowding coming out, right, it is the hottest in our body temperature. And for the, especially during cesarean, right, the body is well open to the cold environment because the operation theater is very cold. It's very cold. So actually, actually, many of my clients who had the C-sec, right, they told me that their belly is more bloated than before. It's because of the cold air that can rush in. Okay, and during the 2 hours of observation before going to the hospital ward, many of my clients also told me that they actually catch a cold during that time. So you need to understand why such thing can happen, like why cold. We are so hot and then why suddenly cold. When the work of birthing is done, Okay, the fire that is like the blood, extra blood volume that's circulating in our body, right? That fire that is moving is actually gone out from the body. When baby is born, okay, baby warm is out, and then the fluid, the amniotic fluid is out. All these are warm, and also the placenta all out. And then suddenly, when the pores are open, when we are so hot and hot, right, during laboring, our pores are all open. So when the pores are open, and then there's a sudden instant shift in temperature, okay, that's why we need to, when after baby is born, right, we need to keep warm, because all our pores are open. And when there's chill in the aircon in the room, right, it will just enter through the open pores. And we are very wide open, we stretch to 10 cm. Okay, and for cesarean also, like we are all loose and wide open, so that's why we need to keep warm. All the fire all gone. And after birth, woman, right, from gestation to lactation, from pregnancy to breastfeeding. So breastfeeding is actually our blood. It's actually our blood. And is the energy convert the blood into breast milk, and it is going out from our body. And that is also, we are also using the energy, the qi and the blood. We are losing both still. Okay, and not only breastfeeding, we are still losing blood through what? The postpartum locha, the bleeding. Okay, that is not menses, but is like the placenta that clings on to the womb. Okay, when the womb fully, when we birth the placenta, there are some residual bits and pieces that is still attached to the womb. So as the womb is shrinking, those blood can be released. Okay, so we are still losing a lot of we are still using a lot of energy. We are still losing blood to the breast milk. And when we carry baby on us, we are also the incubator for the baby. So we actually use up a lot of energy, the warmth, and that's why we need to keep our body covered and warm. And whatever warm and rest is going to help with the postnatal recovery. Okay, so that's why I say don't use the cold pads in the hospital, because that chill, right, can go all the way. Cervix is open after childbirth. It can go all the way to reach the womb. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So much that I want to share. So it is not about, like, some of my clients, they told me they are not traditional. They are actually, they don't believe in all the traditional thing and all that. It is the physiology care of the postnatal mother, new mother. Yeah, it's nothing to do with traditional or not. Because when anyone going for surgery, the major surgery, okay, the person will be treated as a patient need a lot of rest. But postnatal mother, even after cesarean, she is still required to take care of the baby. She's still required to, like, breastfeed, and she is not treated like someone who is like after a major abdominal surgery. So woman needs to have the knowledge, and husband need to understand what the woman's body is going through, so that you can rebuild your strength. Okay, like worrying, right? Last time I used to worry a lot. Like I was a perfectionist. I used to worry a lot. Like my boy, when he was sleeping so quietly, I was like, I actually woke up like 3 times at night to see whether my baby boy was breathing or not, like so quiet, just to make sure. Yeah. So keep your baby very close to you, that you don't have to sit up, get up, take a look, and then go back, sit down, and then lie down. No. Within reach, within touch, within smell, very close to you. So you save all your getting up, okay, standing up, walking, and then it's too tiring. Okay, keep the baby close. We will not spoil them or create bad habits, not in the fourth trimester. Not in the fourth, because their behavior is actually based on reflexes. They don't misbehave. They don't purposely do what. That is older babies, not the first 4 months. Okay? So that is the thing I want to share. And also whether we can bathe or not, and can we switch on the aircon and the fan? Okay. As long as the aircon and the fan is not blowing directly on the mother or the baby, it is fine. Yes, yes, yes. This is also something that I want to cover. So SH asks, what is the right comfortable room temperature? So the comfortable room temperature is about 23 to 24 degrees Celsius. Okay, the whole room must be well ventilated. Okay, depending on how strong your aircon is, and also the weather outside. So it will be around 23, 24 degrees Celsius. That will be quite comfortable. But the best way to know whether baby is too warm or cold or not, then you put 2 fingers. Every time baby wakes up, you put behind, whether is it too cold or too hot. Okay. If baby can sleep for 3.5 hours, because it's too warm, baby wakes up at 3 hours, after 3 hours of sleeping. So if baby wakes up, baby looks relaxed, looking around, okay, then it's okay. You know, slowly they will be able to sleep longer. But if baby woke up and then the face looks tired and screaming, crying for milk, then something is not right. Then always have hiccup or tummy always bloated, baby always like kick and all that. Then those are the sign that something is not quite right. Okay, postnatal woman, because we lose so much energy, especially when you're breastfeeding. Okay, your husband he should feel hot, of course, normal, but you should feel cold because we use up too much energy and we lose too much blood. So of course we are cold because our energy and our everything, and then yeah, it's a lot of things going on in the body. Of course we will feel cold. But if you like feel cold, baby sweating, okay, baby sneeze as in, because sometimes they are, something irritates them, yeah, when they are breathing something irritates. So sneezing doesn't mean that baby is cold lah. Yeah, doesn't mean. So you can place your hand, touch on the nose, whether is it cold or not. Okay, but sweating that means is, if you can keep your baby comfortable without the sweating. If let's say baby is sleeping time, right, or sleep halfway through, baby can actually sleep longer. Actually sleep longer, and sleep is very important to the newborn. Sleep is very important to the newborn. Okay, so you try to, you need to understand when we are not hot, right? Baby can be hot. You know why? Because most of the time they are facing up, they are lying down on the bed, close contact with the mattress, so can feel warm, can feel hot. So if sweating on the head, that is about a bit too warm for the baby. And also check the material, because many branded goods, right, their material is very thick, not suitable for Singapore weather. So got to see and this time 2 months plus, Yeah, both of you, the baby, about the same age. So 2 months plus, you still need to swaddle them. Okay. So Dinah, you remember how to swaddle?
Yeah. I took video.
Oh yeah, fresh sales, but not.
Sorry, just now you say if they wake up crying means something wrong. Like if he wakes up hungry, do we need to change the environment also?
If they
If it,
wake up crying, yeah, then you have to check whether what is the reason for the cry.
I see, I see. If he because he doesn't have very obvious crying cues. So
Yeah,
when he wake up he was just keep cry only for hunger, but that one should be quite okay, right? That's normal, right?
quite okay. So you observe, you observe whether you want the, you observe whether baby is tired after waking up or not. Is,
Mm,
is baby tired after waking up?
sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, he will sleep while eating.
Okay, you have to pay closer attention to your baby to know what is the waking up and the sleeping time. And also, they should sleep enough, you should feed them enough for them to sleep properly, and then the rest is comfort level. So, well fed, comfortable, then sleep well. We don't want the baby to wake up too, too. If baby can sleep for 3 hours, why should the baby wake up at 2? Because of hunger, because of uncomfortable. You have to maximize their sleep. You understand?
Yeah.
Mm. You got to maximize their sleep.
But if you need to change their diaper all and then they wake up, that one no choice, right?
Huh?
If you need to change their diapers, then they will wake up. That one is
Uh,
no choice lah.
no, 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 no. You, why do you need to change diaper when they are sleeping?
If it's full already,
If it is full already, okay. Can you change diaper before they sleep or something? Before the baby sleep?
okay.
Uh,
But usually he cry because he wake up, he cry. So we feed him, then he'll fall asleep. Then we realize the diaper still full.
so when you change diaper, change fast lah.
While he crying lah.
Huh?
While he's crying. Because he wakes up and he will cry for food. So when we don't change his diaper first, we feed him.
Yeah, you
Then
feed him.
then after we feed him, he sleep. Then we realize the diaper is full. So what?
Yeah. Then quickly change the diaper lah. Then get your
Okay.
baby to sleep.
Okay, can. Thanks.
Let me see. There's this one. Okay, but I feel cold, the husband, but when we cuddle him to nap, he sweats, but able to sleep quite long. Okay. Keep your baby comfortable. Keep your baby comfortable. Look at how many layers is the material. We want, okay, the baby can sleep quite long, cuddle him to nap, can sleep quite long, yeah. But we want the maximum comfort for baby. You don't want to sleep and then sweating also, right? Yeah. So think about room temperature, think about the clothing, how many, is it the material too thick? Keep the baby comfortable. Don't sweat and then, yeah. It's basically the clothing or something. So if you need to, so when you cuddle him to nap, probably don't need to swaddle. You cuddle him already, yeah. So in case if you need to swaddle your baby, then if your baby is always very hot, then look at the material. Really look at the material. Okay, good. Don't know what happened to the rest. I hope I never give the wrong this thing. Should be okay lah. I'm actually expecting more to come in, but I don't know what happened to the rest. It's okay. Is there any question? Is there any question?
No, I don't
Yeah.
have any.
So it's sorted till what age or before baby is able to turn? They can regulate their temperature. Okay, now the chat box. The question is, swaddle until what age or before baby is able to turn? Okay, so the thing is, the baby cannot regulate their own temperature until between 5 to 9 months. So when you swaddle your baby and you find that it helps your baby to sleep well, sleep better longer, and then wake up happy baby and body relaxed, looking around and all that, you continue to swaddle them like until 5-6 months. Okay, until 5-6 months.
Sorry, I have one question. At what age do they start crying for other reasons? Because you say when they newborn, they don't cry to misbehave, right? So at how many months would they start the misbehavior stuff?
Misbehavior, not to say misbehavior, but around 5 months, right, they will pretend to cough or they pretend to vomit. After the 4th trimester, they will behave differently. Yeah. Before that, they are very fetus, newborn infant. Yeah. So
Okay.
different growth and development. Always
Okay.
observe in your baby, like what is going on. The you know this thing, right? Where is it? Okay. Always observe like what, why. Where is it? Always observe what and why. Why is my baby behaving like that? What is it? Okay. Always, always. When you have a newborn less than 4 months old. That time they will not a kind of like misbehave or what. No. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Okay. So is there any question? When they are around the turning, when they are able to roll over, then you have to pay particular attention. Middle of the night, if they roll and all that, you have to make sure the safety of the baby's cot. Okay. Being swaddled, the other time I was looking at one on the Facebook. On the Facebook, I saw someone like the way they swaddle is quite scary. Like the baby was like that. I saw. Okay. You can never swaddle baby and then put the baby face down position like that. Okay. But this mother was saying that the nanny was there watching, but you really don't want to take the risk because of the sudden infant death syndrome, the cot death. Yeah, we don't want to we don't want to swaddle baby and then then baby is facing down. Yeah. So when baby is around the age to turn, right, always make sure it's not in this position, never ends up in this position. We cannot leave a baby unattended for hours, remember. Always got to like check in. The best is near you, like within reach, within touch, within smell. Yeah. When your baby is bigger in size, you can't put on your chest, it's like too much. Okay. So then within reach, within touch. When you can only fully rest and relax when you know that when baby move or when baby what, you will not miss out any cues, any sign, because their cues and sign are all very subtle. Yeah, very subtle. And if you don't keep yourself close enough to them, you will miss it all. First time parents mostly we miss all the cues and sign, and many end up then crying or screaming, shouting. That's too long already. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Everyone is good.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. You can stay on or join. I sometimes they have baby hard to. Okay, so how? Okay, so for I am promoting what you call this? Yeah, I just put it here. I'm promoting my 3-day course, and I'm offering like until 12 midnight today. So this is actually not for both of you, because this is more for the pregnant couple. I have one, but she's not in yet. She's asking about the fresh sales promo. Different lots. Yeah. So is there any other thing you want me to share? Okay, another thing is whether you can wash your hair or not. You can wash your hair. You have to do it fast. Do it fast. The best way is 2 in 1. Don't wet your hair and then try to wash. Use water, use shampoo together over your dry hair together. Okay, and then after that, just pull it off. Excess shampoo, and then you rinse fast, and then you squeeze out the excess water and use towel to cover for like at the same time do like the drying over the towel. Keep warm first, keep warm like 5 minutes or so, just dry it like this, and then you remove it, and then you wipe dry your hair further, and then use the hair dryer. You can actually wash hair, but make sure that you are you see, when you are in the bathroom, the water is warm, and then when you come out is about 23-24 degrees Celsius. So there can be an instant drop in the temperature, and postnatal mothers, the pores are open. So can actually, we are still quite unstable because of the relaxin hormones in our body that slowly opens up, loosen up the joints, the bones, to have for natural birth to take place. So that relaxin hormones is still in our body a few months down the road. So we are still very unstable, and we are still in a way quite weak in the body. So it takes a few months actually, not only 1 month of confinement. That is too express. It's too fast, too soon. So continue to make sure that you are keeping yourself warm, and eat all the warm things. Don't eat cold things. It's actually very bad. And another thing, wait, I just WhatsApp that client. She's waiting for this fresh sales. So it's valid until midnight. And let me see. So what you can do if, okay, this is something I really like, the baby hair shaving. Okay, okay. What I want to share is the Moxie thing. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, this is something that is very beneficial to the new mother. So the warm, right, it can actually expel the coldness in the body. Okay, so let me share this one, the coldness in the body. When after my 2 childbirth, right, actually my body, my energy level was very, very low. And I got depression because of the fatigue of taking care of the baby, and also my energy level was very low, and also lack of sleep, not getting enough rest. So I actually did 2 years. That was after quite long after my childbirth. It took me like 6 months to expel the coldness from my body. Every time after each session, right, and during the session, the sole of my feet was so ice cold. And I always told the therapist to switch off the aircon in the spa, switch off the aircon, and then she got to cover me layers and layers of towel. If not, I was like shivering already, and she was perspiring. Can you imagine? So Moxie actually warm, right? When it penetrate through layers of skin, it goes by acupressure point, and acupressure point is like bus stop. Okay, and when the bus travel, right, at uh, the bus stop, the bus can pick up passenger. So for acupressure point is also like that. When we use the Moxie, burning Moxie stick over the acupressure point at a certain distance, the warmth of the herbs can actually penetrate through layers of skin through that acupressure point and circulate in the whole system, whole meridian. That's how the warmth goes in, right? The coldness can expel, just like the bus route, the meridian. Yeah. So the bus stop is like the acupressure point. So it's acupressure Moxie. That's why it's very, very effective. When we experience like cold hands and feet after childbirth, what we need to do is to do this, or cesarean. Yours, both of you are natural birth, right? You all had natural birth, right?
No, I see that.
You C-sec ah?
Yeah.
C-sec because of the epidural also C-sec. C-sec Diana, you also C-sec
Yeah.
both of you SH also C-sec. So C-sec, right, you come back, okay, when baby is about 3 months old, right, 3 months old, or 3.5 months, okay, after that so you come back, I can do Moxie for you, just do half an hour or 1 hour, up to you, and then get the qi to move, because epidural is to numb. Numb means qi and the blood start. Okay, qi and the blood start. So when it is not circulating, right, because of the epidural, coldness, right, result in poor circulation. And then when our body is cold, right, it is like it is to do with the emotion fear and sadness, and then it result in poor digestion, because the epidural area is also in front is the digestion. So in long term, right, our body need to be warm. We cannot have coldness in our body, especially after the childbirth. Yeah. When we want to plan for the second child, the second pregnancy, when our body is warm, it's very easy to conceive and all that. Our body will not be weak. Imagine going through the same process again. That, you know, pregnant women, when they don't eat when they can't eat properly, they are always vomiting and throwing things out, right? Babies still get all the good stuff from where? From our blood, from our bone. All the good stuff. And baby sucks 5% of our brain to develop its own brain. So going through one time, and then when you don't replenish all the nutrients and all that, then second time you don't warm your body, and then second pregnancy. Yeah, that actually hit me very hard, physically, very, very hard. And then it started on the night baby care, 24 hours round the clock care, crazy. So it is very, very important. And after the 6 months, right, actually I knew that I needed more, and I continued until 2 years. Until the last 2 years plus ago, locked down, cannot leave house, you know, everyone locked down. So that was the time when I stopped Moxie. So it was like a long break after childbirth, and it still benefited. Um, I still benefited from that. And for new mothers, right, ideally within like the first 4 months, within first 6 months or up to a year, is still very, very beneficial. During this time is when you can get the best benefit out of it. Yeah. Like I need to do 10 sessions. Like if you do a 10 session, that is very, very effective already. Yeah. I follow the wellness plan. It's a lot of things to do, you know. Yeah, don't leave it to chance, because when we are getting older and all that, after childbirth, after all those, we will go downhill very fast if our body is weak. Yeah, can feel the difference, can feel the difference. So, who will need to do Moxie, like epidural especially, or even a 30 minutes, a few times, can get the qi to move fast, to flow freely, instead of like numb, instead of like block, okay, or stuck around the waist area, and to prevent the lower back issue. Yeah. At one stage, like 5 months, when my baby was 5 months, and I tried to carry my baby, it's like, wow, it hit me so hard. Yeah. And I spent like 3,200 on doing spine alignment, chiropractic. And what I want you to do is actually come back, and then do the spine alignment. I will arrange the TCM doctor, a male doctor, to do the bone alignment for you, and then followed by I do Moxie. Yeah, you get the best out of it. During postnatal, you do it. So when you catch a cold, especially the cesarean, both of you similar, baby similar, almost around 2 months plus, 2 months 1 week, you know, and then both cesarean. Yeah. Same. Because of the, you know, the aircon, the very cold aircon in the operation theatre, and then 10 cm to get the baby head out. Then the aircon, you know, will rush in. Yeah. Because it's all around the belly area ma. So do Moxie lor, do Moxie. It is very common. And then when you breastfeed, right, when you breastfeed and all that, right, Diana, you breastfeed directly, right, direct like, make sure that you don't catch a cold. You use an old t-shirt, right, you cut open the chest area, so at least here is covered. Very important, very, very important. Yeah. Many years back, when I did a Moxie for one of my clients, she told me, wow, Sharon, she told me she felt like very wrong. And because she was breastfeeding and she didn't realize the fan was blowing directly down. And she was so weak then. So I did the Moxie, and the Moxie stick, when it burned, right, it is very sharp and short. That means it's a lot of coldness. Once you do it after childbirth, the benefit is very good. And do spine alignment, you know why? Because it prevents your lower back issue, your pelvis issue, because we go off alignment very easily. We are very soft. That's why we can, towards the late pregnancy, we are all opening up, right? Whether it's cesarean or natural birth, the body just naturally like loosen a little bit more. So it's very easy for us to go misalign, especially when we're breastfeeding, carrying baby. And the way we carry baby, like SH, your baby is of a very good size, right? You don't carry like that, huh? Yeah, you carry like this, like connect the head and the body, right? Then you carry it like this. You don't carry like that. You carry like that, you're using here, very, very hurting to our joints. Okay, so how we take care of a baby really depends on the age. As they are growing, then we handle them differently. If not, we always carry like newborn, of course we can carry like that. But then if we always carry like that for 2 months old, I tell you, it hurts a lot. Okay, so do Moxie. Do Moxie. You can do if you don't have time. If you want to improve your digestion, there's a basic wellness plan. Yeah, quite intensive. Depending on how much you want to do. There are various options. You can do a 30 minutes. You can do a few sessions, one session, or you can do 20, 30 times. You can do a 3 months. Up to you. Okay? You want to look good. Yes. Yeah. When your energy is up, Moxie, right? It helps you to look good because it up your energy level. At the same time, it helps to expel wind and coldness. It will help you to slim down because it moves the limbs as well. Okay, a lot of benefits that's what I specialize in because I see the great benefits of it. The great benefits. So you look at this. The white substance is actually the mineral mud essence. Yeah, it's full different parts that we are doing. Like ovary, there's ovary set product for the ovary. It looks the same, but the content of it is slightly different. It's suitable for different parts. Okay, so I normally use the slimming one for postnatal mother, so helps the water retention. Okay, the warm is all by acupressure point, like go and find where's the acupressure point and then apply the mineral mud. It helps to replenish the nutrients, and then the Moxie is to help up the energy level. Yeah, it's very, very beneficial. So various part. After the Moxie, I will still do belly wrapping for you. Yeah. So to stabilize your hips and then force the excess wind out also. Really very important for postnatal mother. So when you can afford, if you are not living too far from City Gate, right, you can just come over, make appointment and come over. Around 3 months above or 3.5 months, then you can also book the spine alignment. It saves you cost later. Prevention is better than cure. I spent 3,200. Yeah, so you don't have to spend this kind of money. Then before you go back to work, right? The doctor will do the body, the alignment, whole body. As long as you got bones, you hear whatever I can crack. What I crack is not crack like facial facial bone, right? We can manipulate, prevent wrinkle, and then look younger, got V shape. So as long as your face slim down, right? Because when we are breastfeeding, we cannot cut down on the food yet. So for the face, as long as your face looks smaller, it looks like you slim down, the whole body slims down. Yeah, that's why I like to do this facial bone alignment. Just push it back to its original place. So if you like beauty, then do facial posing and then followed by the facial bone alignment. I like to do all this for postnatal recovery. Okay, is there any question? Don't know what happened to the rest. No, I hope I never sent the wrong Zoom link. I hope I never sent the wrong Zoom link. But should be okay lah. Should be okay. Is there any question? I'm glad that you all are here, and I actually share about the topic I want to share. There are a lot of things to share. Ayah, my hair is so messy. So handling baby maybe same here. Yeah, a lot of things going on. Because what I learned a lot is from the INET postpartum care practitioner course to make sense of my difficult postnatal recovery because nobody understood me. So I actually, yeah, so I actually trying to make sense of what I went through and my difficult postnatal and also like I wanted to know what did I do wrong. So actually that course when I attend a lot about postnatal care. We need to focus on the mother as well, not only about baby. Okay? So help others, those who need help, just ask them to join. Yeah. Okay. So webinar is more of a sharing, not so much a substitute for attending course or the sleep well consultation. Totally different thing. Okay? How much is the warm therapy? The first trial is 38 for 30 minutes. And the doctor David, right, doing the spine alignment is 60 for 30 minutes. You go for 60 for 30 minutes will do, and then followed by Moxie. Yeah. So if you want to, when you trial like that. Okay. When you feel like it is, you can accept, you like it, and you see the benefits, then you can do the full therapy with the mineral mud and all that. Okay. At least the first session, 30 minutes, I want to get the qi to move around your epidural area. That's the purpose. Okay. By appointment. Yeah, that is the trial promo. That's the trial promo. The full price depend on how much you want to do. So for postnatal, right, if you do more session, then it will be cheaper. You must commit lah. You must commit to the time. So if you do more, will be cheaper. If not, if you want the full one, is at that price. I put in the chat box. That is a reasonably good one. Okay. If not, go for, okay, that one is a full therapy. If it is not a full therapy, you can go for this one. Not a full therapy. Not a full therapy. Okay, this one is, okay. You can extend the 38 to 1 hour. That one is, that price I put in the chat box, and that one is not full therapy. Full therapy is the more expensive one. So this one is a full therapy. Okay. Is moxibustion very new to both of you? Diana and SH? Is it very new? Yeah. Then you go for the trial first, the 30 minutes. At least because both of you is the cesarean. Yeah. So I want the qi to move. At least do that first. Full therapy would be like your Bauchi belly and what. If you have the belly wrap, bring, then I still wrap you. Important to stabilize the heat. For aesthetic purpose. Which one? Moxie? You know Moxie can be done on the face as well. Wow, that one super good. And then the product used is double the quantity for body. I tell you, you can't imagine. But the effect is very good. If you do, okay, the most luxury one, the facial that I do, I do it as a service, is what you do facial porting. Because facial porting is talking about the fascia of the muscle. You know the white thing that covers the meat, the muscle, yeah. The one we are like it is entangled or what, right? We do porting to release it. So the whole face will looks like softened. And then when you do facial bone alignment, right? Sometimes why we sag, it's not because only about the skin elasticity as we age. It's because our bone also shifted. So then we shift it back to the original position. And then like wrinkles, because the scalp, right, is coming front. So it is like causing the line. So we lengthen, we all lengthen and then push back the bones to its original position. So then you will see like in my course, right, there was this lady, half of her face, right, the right side, the skin the muscle is really sagging. But because we continuously practice on each other a few days, right, you can really see for her age, like 60, 70 years old, she really, her face also becomes smaller. And then this part also lifted up, very convincing. So for postnatal mothers, can you feel how effective it is? When your face slim down, right, the looks smaller, right, when people look at you, they feel like, oh, your whole body slim down. Yeah, that's why some of my clients, they really enjoy this because it's an indirect effect of slimming. Yeah, that's the thing. And then followed by Moxie. Oh, I tell you, that's luxury. Really, really, the effect is wow. If you want to maintain, if you want like instant beauty, you do one time. If you want to maintain, you have to do it more regularly. Not once a year, once a month. You got to do it more regularly. Yeah. There are ways to be pretty. Okay, so we shall end the session here, and really glad you all are here. And thank you for your attention. And see you next week, next Thursday. Good night.